Hello, and thank you for joining us for day one of Leatt LIVEmaniacs, this the 21st edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. I'm Craig Stone, and with me is the newly crowned Super Enduro World Champion, Billy Bolt. Billy, it's been a fresh early morning start for everybody this morning.
Early morning, you could say that again. Not quite as early as it would have been had I been out there racing, but I'm on injury mode at the minute, so it was a little bit of a shock to the system have the alarm go off that early. But nevertheless, happy to be here, excited to see what kind of action we have in store for us today.
No, absolutely, and day one has been hailed as the toughest day for the gold class riders. Today is going to be a brutal day for them, a chance for those that want to stretch their lead out and get an early advantage over the rest. We had the Prologue finals, which was just a thrilling display. Let's go and have a look at what we had yesterday for all the spectators down in the Sibiu Boulevard. So this entire road gets closed off specially for the race. This normally is a busy street with all the traffic, but the city of Sibiu has closed it off especially for us. And the crazy motorbike clan of Sibiu, they built this Prologue for us. The mastermind behind it, Andy Fazekas. And here's some of the riders just getting warmed up.
Yeah, it's quite the contrast of what they're going to have for the next 4 days, but it is the tradition now to go and tackle these wild obstacles that have been built by Andy and his team, and it was a pretty good show the guys put on yesterday.
Yeah, we saw an absolute masterclass display from Johnny Walker yesterday, Billy. Johnny flying through the course, absolutely tearing it up.
Yeah, I think Johnny's Super Enduro background, and we mentioned it a little bit yesterday, it's definitely not the same kind of racing, but it has a lot of similarities, and I think that, all the time Johnny spent on the Super Enduro track, both in Europe and in the US over the last couple of years, was paying dividends there. He put the hammer down on the first 3 laps, got himself a comfortable lead, and just managed the race from there on in, so excellent display from Johnny. Nice to have him back here in Romania too. I think it's his first time in 4 years since he's been here, and obviously a past winner, and was around in the time when the sport really took a step to the next level and played a big role in that. So it's nice to see him back, and I'm quite interested to see how he gets on when they take it to the mountains.
No, definitely. Johnny was our 2014, 2015 winner, sort of in the peak of his career. In 2016, he came back to try to go for the hat-trick, but unfortunately broke his foot early on in the race and had to retire. But he's certainly looking hungry for the win here this year. So this is the flyover here of what the riders have in store for them today. Early on, we have the Leatt LIVEmaniacs, where they will do 3 laps of this brother of K2. Billy, how was it for you last year, coming into the section before the long day ahead of day one?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it is this year. This was actually one of the easier LIVEmaniacs sections of the 4 last year, but doing 3 laps, pushing such a high intensity so early on the day is you arrive fresh, but also you're using a lot of energy so early in the day, and you don't know what could happen. We've seen day 1 last year, the weather really took a big turn for the worse in the second half of the day, and that's one of the things about this race. You really don't know what can happen. You can be having a pretty nice day, everything's smooth sailing, and then the weather turns and it goes from being a 4-hour day to a 6-hour day, just like that. So we'll see.
It's nice and cool here in the valley this morning, so that's going to be good for the riders. Let's go and see what they have in store on the K2 track walk. So they're going to come down from the downhill of the traditional K2 into the brother of K2, across this little camber. And when Martin plotted out this track, he thought it would be pretty extreme for them, but as Billy said, it turned out to be a little bit easier than expected.
It definitely still has to be attacked with respect. There's this bit here, is a bit of like a ledge. You've got to really try and stay left at that rock on. It's looking pretty similar to what it has been in the last few years, but that's only going to increase the intensity. The guys, I would say most of them, at least the top 10, are going to have had experience riding up here. They're going to have an idea in the back of their mind. As soon as they come to that downhill, they're going to know, they're going to remember this from previous years, and they're going to know kind of roughly where they went and how to tackle it. So there's going to be a high level of intensity from the first lap, and we're quite early on in the day too, so I can see the guys entering quite close together still. There's the first 3 guys set off with a 3-minute interval, but it's just 1 minute from there on out. So I think from that 3rd, 4th place position onwards back, we could do some overtakes and definitely some battling going on.
We can just give you a quick rundown of how they are on course at the moment, because the riders have been through checkpoint 2. At this point, Manny is the fastest on the track, followed by Mario Roman, and in 3rd place, Wade Young. But Diana, she is down on track. Let's get some thoughts from Diana down on the racetrack.
Hi guys, I'm at the highest point at today's LIVEmaniacs track at the Brother of K2, and I will wait for the professional riders to arrive here, for the gold riders. They will do first 3 loops, and afterwards they have a 5 minutes break right here in this interview area. We will find out what's their expectations for the rest of the day or for the race. We will find out their feelings about today's race course, how it went until now, how it was so far. And I want to tell you that I have behind me a team of supporters who can't wait to cheer up for the riders. Hey guys, how is it? Hey! Back to you, Craig and Billy.
So look, this is live now. These are the live scenes. We've got Manny in the section. Manny was 1 second faster than our predicted time this morning. So he's right on track, and he's just entering this section. And this is where I was saying it's a little bit one-lined here. It's pretty soft there underneath those pine needles.
He's going to want to get this first lap done as fast as possible and get into it for start his 2nd lap. Hopefully try and before any other traffic anyone gets in there starting their 1st lap. So that's the advantage he has. Obviously, typically starting first isn't the favourable position here in Romaniacs, but when you have a live section where you've got 3 laps to do early on in the day, it could be that he gets 1, even 2 laps done without anyone else even entering the section.
Because as the other guys start coming in, they're going to have a bit of traffic to contend with.
Yeah, and you know, there was some later on starters like Teo Kabachiev back in 10th. I think he's going to want to try and make up as many positions as he can before he gets here, because that the multi-lap element of this part of the racetrack does mean that, you know, other riders can come into play, and then, despite not being on the same lap as you, they're trying to get through the section and complete their 3 laps as fast as possible. So it's kind of every man for himself out there. We're just entering the steep part. So Manny's actually taking the wide line, getting a run up at it. I think looking at it, it's pretty grippy. I think he knows if he takes the extra few seconds here to get the straight line and take the time to get the run up at it, he's made it up there pretty mistake free. So he's riding good. Doesn't look like the knee injury that kept him out of Serbia for the last round is causing too many problems for him, and he's looking his usual self out there to me.
So Alfredo should be 2nd on the road. We should be seeing Alfredo coming into picture any minute now, but he is losing time on the overall standings for the day so far. He's sitting down in 7th position, but he is 2nd on the road. We'll see him coming in pretty soon. That was super quick. I mean, that was sort of about 3 minutes, I think, that he was in that section, way faster than our predicted time. We sort of thought that these guys would take 5 minutes or so to do these Leatt LIVEmaniacs laps, but Manny's tearing up the course.
Yeah, Manny's riding well. One thing about Manny at this race is he remembers the track from previous years so well, and he's going to know already as soon as he arrived at that downhill exactly where he needed to be and where he wanted to put his wheels on for the rest of this climb.
So he's just lining up to shoot it up here in this section. See how just keeping his wheels on the rocks as much as possible, because that's where the most traction is. Here in this super soft sand, not as easy.
A lot of traction at this year by the looks of things, on the rocks that is. In between the rocks is looking pretty loose, but this climb in particular does have a pretty hard base. So if you can find the rocks, there's plenty of grip, and obviously we're just about 30 minutes into the day, just over 30 minutes into the day, so the guys have still got plenty of life left in the tyre, and they're also going to be feeling pretty strong. So I do expect a pretty high pace from just about everyone through this section.
And Manny did himself a lot of favours yesterday in his great results at the Prologue, because he's closed up within 2 points of Wade Young in the overall standings of the championship. He's now 2 points behind Wade, tied with Mario in second place.
That's pretty remarkable, really, missing around such early in the series and still being within 2 points of the lead. Just kind of shows the level that that Manny's riding on. He's choosing the inside line this time, but also made it just as easy. I think the good to see that both lines are possible should we have a bit of traffic later on as some of the later guys get past, and that's that ledge I was talking about from the track preview. But you know, I wouldn't really expect Manny to struggle on that bit too much. You know, he's done that plenty of times, and there's just a gradual climb. It's pretty steep from here to the finish, but yeah, straight up to the top, and lap 2 complete.
So Johnny not far behind Manny here, just about 5 or 7 seconds. So there they are on the same frame now together. Remember that Manny is on his last lap, Johnny coming in for his first. So Johnny has got past Offroad.
Manny managed to stay on his bike that time as well, so that's he's clearly getting better with each lap and showing, you know, he's really putting the hammer down now. I think he's probably gained a bit of confidence knowing that he's done 2 laps and none of the, he hasn't no one's caught him yet, so he knows that's probably a good 5-minute lead on the road, so at least a 2-minute advantage on anyone from his starting time. And you know, he's typical Manny in this race. He is he's the man to beat, that's for sure.
And Johnny riding this section of Brother of K2 for the first time now as well, because he hasn't seen this before, but he'll be looking out for Manny's lines where he's been hooking up and finding traction. Manny almost at our last checkpoint. So this is that groove in the rock here, where he's just looking for the groove in the rock to get the good drive.
Inside line again, and even easier this time. So definitely using each lap, building up the knowledge, and looks like he's executing the best of the 3 here on the last lap, which is always nice. You know, when you get slightly better each time, it shows you're learning and yeah, making the most of the advantage he has, which I'm pretty sure he's only barely broke a sweat, to be honest. I think 3 laps, Manny, he made light work of it, and he's just showing why he is the 4-time defending champion of this race.
Hello guys, I have Manuel Lettenbichler near me. Just having some problems right now. I hope it's a good point for an interview. So Manny, do you have time for an interview, or shall I wait a bit more?
No, all good.
All good, okay. So we all know that you've been through a surgery not too long ago. How is the system going? Is it running good? Is it okay? Do you feel any different?
Nah, pretty happy. Feeling quite good actually. It's pretty hot out there. Like, you sweat so much, but I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm quite happy to ride such a good pace. Like, nobody caught up to me yet. Just Johnny's in the loop, but other than that, quite happy.
Billy, I've heard him just saying from the commentator's booth that this section, this loop, is actually one of the easiest ones from the past years. What do you think about this?
It's super loose today because it's so dry, so it definitely doesn't make it easy, but I'm quite happy. I want to just have a shootout really quick to the team. I want to change to the suspension setup from last year if somebody's watching. So, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with the riding so far.
Okay, thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks.
Manny talking about changing the suspension setup there. So
it's pretty clever to get the shout in there now for the team watching. That just shows he's a clever lad, and yeah, hopefully someone at the service at the service point has got the message. I'm sure by the time he gets there, the message will have been relayed, and there'll be last year's suspension ready to go. Alfredo now also into the section. He will have done this a few times and just actually making light work of that middle part there on the inside line. So it seems to be that this year, this very first part of the uphill, or second part, I guess you could say, the second climb on this tight left-hander is what's causing the most difficulty. It's the only part that got Manny off his bike and seems to have got everyone else off their bike so far. So this first part where the guys are having a little bit of difficulty. It's Mario now also into the section, so we got 4 guys. It's all kind of moving, so I don't know if we're going to get any battles just yet. We need to realize there's a few more in there, but line choice might just start coming into play. Let's see how Mario gets on this first section, which typically has been the hardest part of this section so far.
He's just taking a moment there just to look at his line, which is really clever and smart, because if you rush into the section and take the wrong line, it's just going to burn your energy.
That's nicely done. He seemed to stay a little bit lower on the hill. Tend to waited a little bit before he made the left turn, which has worked, but just a little push there, but that's not going to affect him too much. It was just more a case of didn't want to burn the tyre, burn the clutch out, just get off the bike and take the load off the engine, but nicely done there by Mario on his first lap. I think it's about 140 kilometre day today too, so we're up there on one of the longer ones for what we're typically used to, which Mario's always a fan of, and usually we're at the end of a 5-hour day and he's complaining saying it wasn't long enough, so I think hopefully he's satisfied with 140 kilometres today. We'll see by the end. This is obviously new to Johnny too. He hasn't done Romaniacs since this LIVEmaniacs section's been added, and it's definitely a change of pace. I would say it's questionable whether the riders like it or not, but at the end of the day, it's there. It's part of the race, and they've all got to get on with it. So it'll be interesting to see how he feels about it. If Diana can get a chance to get some words out of him afterwards, if it's a welcome addition to the race, or if he would prefer to just be out there doing one lap and getting on with it. I think he'll be pretty happy to still be in second, though. He's been away for 4 years, and for him it's a good place. He's around the top guys. If a few of them catch him on a couple of the longer gold sections, and he has to see Theo there having to jump off the back, so that's definitely not the first lap he wanted. I think Diana hopefully has Johnny and get some thoughts on how he feels about these LIVEmaniacs sections coming up pretty soon.
Hello again, I have Johnny Walker near me. So Johnny, how was the section for you? Did you have enough after one lap? This is a question from Billy, by the way.
No, I'm struggling on the climbs. Even this morning when I get to the climbs, I'm really struggling, like losing my balance, and then have no speed for the rest of the hills. So we need to make some changes at the stop this afternoon.
Haven't you been here already on this track, I think 4 years ago?
No, I've never rode this one before. I've seen the videos, so I kind of knew where I was going, what I was doing, but I feel like I was really slow, but I just didn't want to make a mistake.
What are the expectations for the rest of the day?
Just push to the service, and then hopefully we can make a good change. That I'm struggling so bad on the climb, so I need to do something to make it a bit easier.
Make the best of it. I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Sometimes it can be just to get your eye in, you've been focusing on the Prologue and on the lines on the Prologue, and when you get into the mountains here, it's a little bit of a change. You need to just get your eye in a little bit and get a little bit prepared, but Johnny will make that switch pretty quickly. Diana has Alfredo with her in the 5-minute box. Let's see how Alfredo went on.
Yep, I got Alfredo Gomez right next to me. Hi Alfredo, how is it going until now?
Very good. I took it easy at the beginning to warm up. And now I try to catch Johnny again here, and yeah, I'm 5 or 10 seconds behind, so good.
After yesterday's second position, what's your plan for the rest of the day?
I want to be around top 10 all days, and if in the last day both bike and me are still in shape, try to push.
Did you miss the race?
Yeah, always.
Thank you very much, good luck.
Thank you.
So Wade has also now cleared this section of the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Let's go down to Diana and Wade.
Hey Wade, today shall be the hardest gold class day. Are you planning to ride safely, or are you planning to attack today?
Just trying to ride my own race, keep good rhythm, and just push hard as I can all day.
How were these 3 laps? Did you miss them?
It was quite challenging. Couple of mistakes, but We're still early in the day, so yeah, just trying to get my rhythm as quick as possible and push on.
Any expectations for the rest of the race?
No, just push.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
And Teo was pushing his bike there where we earlier saw Manny riding it on the foot pegs. And just before we went to the interviews, Teo actually dropping his bike here. He didn't have the greatest Prologue, starting quite a bit further back than what he's used to. You know, he likes to be up there fighting at the front. Do you think that he's just overriding the course a little bit and just getting a bit inside his own head? You know, he just needs to settle down a bit.
I think, yeah, he could definitely be overriding it. That's easy to do. But Teo's a strange guy, a strange one really, because often you see him make a lot of mistakes. But, you know, physically he's super strong, and you can spend quite a few hours in a day with him and can see him have to throw the bike or drop the bike quite a few times, and he can still be there with you at the end of the day. So I wouldn't look too closely into the mistakes, because he's got a big engine on him, and I think he can physically he can hang in there for a while. So we'll see how it goes. I think if there's a few more super technical sections, then he tends to drop off a little bit. But if the race kind of stays at this level, then yeah, the mistakes I wouldn't worry too much about, because it doesn't seem to affect him like it affects most people.
Yeah. Michael Walkner in the section as well now.
He looks like he was lining up an inside line. Oh, we're going for the overtake.
There you go.
Oh, that's not a good place to be. Oh.
Don't want to break a brake lever or anything here with these steep downhills.
Easily done on such a rocky climb as well. There's a lot of jagged edges to just break a gear lever, clutch lever.
Hey Teo, how is it going until now?
Pretty nice.
Did you have enough of the loops, or do you need one more loop, two more loops?
It felt like a good warm-up.
I see you're having a new sponsor. Very nice. Does it work well with them?
Oh yeah, the bike goes very well. I just have to hang on to it.
Good news.
It's easy.
Can you please repeat?
Yeah, if I hang on the bike, everything's easy.
Perfect. Expectations for the rest of the day?
Yeah, I expect it to be hard as the way it started, and yeah, I'm ready for it.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
David Cyprian and Mac Green. You see how loose it is. The main line is just getting blue further and further. We got an overtake.
Great drive there from Matty Green. Come on, Matt.
Lovely.
Nice. Nicely done.
Well done, Matthew. You see, there's almost a rut there now when it was almost solid ground when Manny rode up, but the guys are really having to feel for the grip there. I think we got a few more reactions to people in the finish line. Diana's got some people ready to talk to. Should we head over to her?
I have Michael Walkner here. Hi Michi, I saw you struggling a bit through the rocks back there. What happened?
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult with the guys in front of me, so I had to choose a little bit of different lines, and yeah, I had to push a lot, but now I think I'm a little bit in front behind the other guys, and yeah, I hope I can catch up rider by rider.
Okay, so the plan for the rest of the day is that you hope you can catch up with them. I've heard some guys saying that they had problems with the back wheel. Did you encounter the same issues?
No, I didn't have any problems, so all good.
Okay, thank you very much. I wish you good luck. Take care.
Thank you very much.
The thing is that the traction is generally pretty good here compared to most of the other events, you know, so that's why the hills are just so much steeper.
But exactly, that just adds to the steepness of hill that you can climb, you know, the level of traction. And I know from personal experience, you know, that especially day one, you can arrive to some sections and just think we can't ride motorbikes.
Unrideable.
But you slowly work your way up it, and you start, especially some of the more open hills with a bit less rocks, and you start zigzagging and traversing and feeling for the grip, and before you know it, you're busy scaling up the side of a cliff.
Diana's done with Matty Green.
Let's see how
happy or sad Matty is.
Yep, I got Matthew Green with me. Hey, how are you, Safa?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good. Shall we start some South African slang?
No, I'll never say that again on TV ever in my life, ever.
Did you get in trouble for that? We went viral. It was really nice.
No, I didn't get in trouble. It's just I hear that word probably every day of my life since then. So it's a joke that I do find funny, but it's not quite as funny as it was in the beginning, I must say.
Okay, then I'm just going to ask you, are you having a jol out there?
Yeah, it's pretty good so far. We've had an easy day, but there's some big hills to come, and I'm excited. I just have been thinking, though, I really appreciate all the work that my team have put in. And when I say team, I mean Riga Racing, as well as all the people that support me, and of course my girlfriend and family, because we have a long week and it's tough for everyone. I can assure you that.
Matthew Green, sweet as always. Back to you.
Still no sign of Graham Jarvis, but obviously did set off back in 35th place. We might not catch him in the live stream, but for anyone that's following back home, he will be an interesting man to watch and see how the checkpoint times are today and just how much he can claw back from that 35th place starting position.
I need to say goodbye right now. I'm sorry, guys, but you know what? I will tell them to say goodbye as well, because we're a huge team, supporting team here. Guys! Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs Offroad Day 2.